Welcome to your Daily Writing Habit, episode number 656. If you're writing a book or thinking about it, or maybe you've started writing your book, but you need some help getting it done, you are in the right place. Good morning, everyone. Happy Friday. I'm your host, Christine Whitmarsh. If you're looking for me online, look for Christine Inc., like that stuff we write with. Each day, I'm sharing with you the writing habits I've learned over my 19 years as a ghostwriter, book coach, and author. I have found that three things in particular have a huge impact on your success as an author, and they have the ability to turn a quote-unquote non-author into a published one. Those three things are writing fundamentals, productivity, and mindset habits. And once again, happy Friday, happy morning, happy all the things. Hopefully you had a happy week. And welcome to our new Friday format that I've broken out for 2021. I'm calling it Friday Facts, where each Friday I offer up a fact about something relevant to authors or books or writing or something like that, and then discuss how it applies to your writing. So here's today's Friday Fact. It's more of a quote, and I guess technically it's more of an assessment by someone who's an expert. So consider it what you will. And here it is. Social media isn't a tool that's just waiting to be used. It has its own goals, and it has its own way of pursuing them by using your psychology against you. And that is from Tristan Harris, a former Google designer, and that's from the Netflix documentary that certainly got a lot of attention called The Social Dilemma. And while that movie is certainly very high profile, I'm sure with all the research and stories done on this subject, it's hardly a surprise to any of us that at its core, social media is very powerful, and many would even say, including obviously those in the film, very addictive. But here's the thing, and I realize I may be among the minority of people who believe this. I still believe in the human brain. Obviously, I studied it as part of my Bachelor of Science degree. I've studied the human brain quite a bit. But I really do believe in its power when used intentionally, consciously, with heightened awareness, and of course, with the proper habits. I believe the human brain can outwit the grips of what has been deemed the attention economy. And the reason I'm bringing this up is not like a rah-rah, oh yay, our brains are awesome, lock in your habits, focus, motivational speech. No, I kind of do that the other days. I do that most days here on the show. So you get that. You guys are all really, really smart. I happen to know I have the smartest listeners out there because, hey, we're authors. And yes, I'm biased. But yeah, I'm bringing this up because I do want you to be fully aware of the power of the things that seek to distract us. I don't want us to fool ourselves and be naive about the true power. And I think anybody that's seen The Social Dilemma is not naive at all about the power of social media. So not scared, but also not naive. Especially the internet, the social media, The Social Dilemma. It told us, this social media was designed to distract us and control our attention and do it for generally financial means, as the products for the advertisers. And I'm sure there's a famous Art of War quote that says, to defeat the enemy, you must understand them. And I'm sure it's worded much more eloquently than that, but you get my idea, and it is true. In order to be in full control of our attention, presumably for the purposes of those who listen to the show, to focus on writing and finishing writing a great book, in order to do that, I think the more we can understand the situation, the more we can understand what we're up against, the better. Not as a fear tactic or to be worried or anxious about it, but just to understand it. So we can each win our own private battles with the attention economy. And, that battle and those tactics, they're going to look different for each of us. So you do you. You do what you need to do to be aware of where your attention and focus is going and set your habits and strategize accordingly. Just be aware of what you're up against and figure out what you need to do to beat it. Now, for me, that means setting very strict limits about when and how I expose my attention and really just invest my attention. I'm giving it to them. I am giving, say when people say pay attention, you're paying. We're paying attention. If you think of, attention as money, as wealth, as currency, that phrase paying attention holds a lot of weight. So when I really look at where I am paying attention, especially to the internet and social media. I started doing this a few years ago when I stripped nearly everything off my phone that might distract me, where I might pay my attention. Email, all social media except Instagram, of course, and it still bugs me to no end that Instagram can't be a desktop app, so I could really get rid of all social media off my phone. So really, games, I mean, I was never really into that, but just anything that could possibly distract me. So there's really no reason for me to be constantly grabbing for my phone. The rules I've set for myself are that I only check those things, email and social media, while I'm at my computer, which is normally in my office. And that's it. Phone checking temptation pretty much eliminated, except for like Instagram and texting. But that's what I do with that is I will plug in my phone in a whole different room and get comfortable somewhere else. So there are ways that we can do this. And I'm pleased to say that my strategy has worked very well for me and for my productivity. So the point is, create your own strategy to win the attention wars that works just as well for you. And it can be done. The brain is very powerful. We can win this. You just have to be aware of what the enemy is, what they're trying to do. And, you might have to fight, but we still can use social media as a tool. It just takes a lot of intentional work. Control the things you can control and let go of the things you can't. We can't control how the internet and social media are designed. We can't control their intentions unless we work in Silicon Valley. We can control, however, with effort and some work, where we pay attention, where we invest our attention. Beware of all the temptations. Then work with intention to defeat them. Thank you for joining me here on Your Daily Writing Habit, where I am helping you write and finish writing an awesome book. And please drop by my Inc. Authors group on Facebook for all the things you need to pay attention to your book and get it done, and let us know how we can support you. I always drop the link in the show notes. Until tomorrow, happy writing.